Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sterling Channel 19 for Sterling Knights Volleyball. I'm your host, Brian McLaren, joined by Kevin Schulz. Sterling Silver Knights taking on the Pennsauken Tech Tornadoes. How you doing, Schulz?
Good, Brian. Glad to be here with you as I looked at the Pennsauken Tech team out here and looking at the standings. First of all, congratulations to Sterling. They won the conference. We see that on our sheet right here. And Pennsauken Tech, obviously a lesser team than Sterling. You can see that in the standings. But overall, they're around the 500 record. And haven't seen them come in here in a little bit, but I remember in previous years, they were usually at the bottom. So,
Yeah.
Even though they're not at Sterling's level, they're at that middle of the road area. So that's a good thing to see.
Yeah, they're 4-7 in their conference, 4-3 in their division. For points, they're 16, 4, and against, so around the middle of the pack there. But you also want to look at Sterling. Points for, they have 28 points on the year, and they've only given up 12 against. So Sterling coming in at 13-5. Again, as you said, they've already won the conference, so congratulations to them.
Yeah, they have some kids who are crossover sport guys, some good athletes out here. And when you match up good athletes with kids who've taken to volleyball and learned the skill of volleyball, you get yourself the type of year that you're having this year with the conference championship.
Yeah, it's one of those sports that that can allow a lot of other athlete players to focus on a certain craft, whether it be speed, durability, all that good stuff, just hand-eye coordination, because that's a big thing for volleyball. So,
and I think, to what you're saying, it's getting those athletes in is great. But when you get to the state level, that's where, and you see in boys and girls, you have a lot of kids that specialize in volleyball, and they get themselves, they get the most out of their ability. But I kind of like the kid that plays the different sports.
oh yeah,
And I think these kids, and a Group 2 school that's not that big, we need kids to play multiple sports because there's just not enough to field rosters if you have a bunch of kids specializing in sports. And we've had situations where throughout the years there's been kids that have groups of kids that were specialized in sports, and we were short on some rosters. So it's good to see these kids from multiple sports out here.
So it looks like we have about 4 minutes or so until we get things going. Pennsauken Tech just finishing up their warm-up. Sterling already finished up theirs. So,
and probably, and I'm drawing a blank on the kid's name, the best volleyball player that we've seen that Sterling's gone against, we went up there, was a kid who was a tight end in football, played both sports, but was also extremely gifted in volleyball.
was he a bigger guy?
He was 6'6", and he had a scholarship to Penn State, played football at Penn State, and ended up and may still be in the NFL. I'm drawing a blank on his name, though. But the kid said when he went up, it was like the ball was coming out of the ceiling. He just got so high and not only had the height, but had incredible athletic ability. And they all said he was the best volleyball player they've ever seen.
I'm sure one of his upper body, he has to have some incredible upper body strength or something. Because
oh yeah, well you figure you're playing, you eventually think about the type of athlete that at 6'6" eventually went on to play in the NFL, and that tells you all you need to know. And I know, and the other thing about volleyball is it's catching on more and more in South Jersey, but and I didn't realize this until we got it here, and when we went to the state level, won the girls' championship in Group 2, I think in 2014, that it's more of a North Jersey sport. And more of the top teams are up in North Jersey, and they're really into it. But it's starting to really grow in South Jersey, boys and girls. I know Williamstown has a very strong girls team and has won a couple state championships. And as I indicated, we won a state championship and were in a state final prior to that. And, you know, but we had like an elite player in Emily Kriebel, who was a Division I volleyball player, mixed in with a couple of multi-sport athletes that were just outstanding athletes and picked up volleyball. And that's one of the reasons why we were able to take home a state championship in the sport. Looks like they're still doing some more warm-ups.
Yeah.
Volleyball warm-ups seem to drag out
They
a
do.
little bit.
It's like, it's just, I think because like they were warming up, like I think like when we got here to check all like the technical stuff, that was probably around say about 2:45, 2:50, and they were warming up there. And then when I came back around 3:30ish, they were still warming up. I mean, they must to some level be a bit exhausted, but
yeah, I guess volleyball kind of lends itself to a not in a hurry state of mind. Just a general observation, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I mean, I guess because like they look a lot slower when they're warming up, but like when you're actually in the game, it moves at a much faster pace because it's definitely one of the more faster-paced sports.
Yep. Well, we're coming to the end of a spring season, which the softball team did very well. Baseball struggled a little bit. We talked about volleyball.
Yeah.
Having another very good year.
I'm sure soon we'll get some of those playoff games scheduled, especially
that's going to be
for
up and
softball
coming.
and volleyball and all them.
Yep, and I'm sure we'll have on Channel 19. I haven't done a whole lot of Channel 19 stuff. Mr. K's been busy. I've been busy. You guys have been busy. You've done some. I know. Didn't you do a volleyball game a little bit?
We might have, yeah. And
Okay.
we did do one of the baseball games.
Baseball game. Well, you and I did the we did two. We did the. Were you with us? You were with me with the. I know the West Stepford and also with the home game we had here.
Yeah.
So, just a busy time right now. A lot of people have a lot of things going on, but you know we get to these games whenever we can. And
so Sterling in their huddle, both teams in their huddle actually, gathering together with their coaches.
And even though Pennsauken Tech has improved, Sterling's a clear favorite. And you have to watch out for matches like that because you go into it with a lackluster mindset, and sometimes you can get sloppy. And I've seen matches like this where up until a team gets itself together, at the midway point, it could be fairly close. So
yeah, you want to watch out for those trap games because Pennsauken Tech, I mean, they don't have a bad record at all. 7-8 isn't like very bad at all. So who knows? This could be sneaky competitive here.
And to what you're saying, they're the teams that can kind of sneak up on you a little bit.
So we have guys in there on the court like Jimmy Zingaro and Jake Mateo, Michael Hanna, Michael Miranda.
Decent amount of these guys have had experience from last year, and that's another thing, really in any sport, that helps in having guys who are veterans to the sport, in addition, again, to these guys who play other sports, especially, Brian, with all the communication that goes on with volleyball.
Yeah. All right, so we'll get things underway.
That was... Yep, and we don't have a number. Wait, do we have a number for our...
right there.
Okay. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry. Nara Keeve. Look on the wrong sheet there. And it's a good job by Jimmy Zingaro, just elevating himself and finding the right spot.
Got it right on the line.
That's it. That's a crossover skill. Point guard basketball has to have peripheral vision and know where everything is on the court, and he definitely found that open spot.
There's the serve from Zingaro. A nice job there by Michael Miranda. giving it that little love tap.
Yep, just good anticipation, good positioning.
And that'll knot up things at 2.
There's shots where you go across your body, and I think it's really a nice shot, a nice placement, nice way of getting up in the air because they're thinking the ball's going to go to that far side.
Yeah.
You hit it right in that middle spot. I think that kind of caught Sterling a little flat-footed.
That point will go to Pennsauken.
Pennsauken taking a 3-2 lead here.
Randy Jackson helping out with the with that kill. And a nice save there by Zingaro using his foot.
Brian, we forgot to mention Jimmy is also a soccer player.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that too. Definition of needing those multi-sport athletes.
And I don't think I've ever, we've done a decent amount of volleyball games. I don't think that's the first time I've ever seen somebody kick the ball.
Yes, first time for me too.
I'm going to be honest with you, Brian. I didn't know you were even able to kick the ball.
Yeah, it honestly caught me by surprise a bit.
I thought he was frustrated because he wasn't going to get to it and kicked it and the play would be over, but they kept going.
So that point will go to Sterling. 4-3, Pennsauken on top right now here in game 1. Jake Mateo will serve for Sterling.
Whoop.
Oh. Zingaro paying us a little visit here at the table. Jermaine Calm with the serve, and that won't reach.
I was looking on the points, and we may not have gotten the point on that.
No, I don't think we did.
No.
I think Pennsauken got the point.
They eventually, on the previous one, we saw the kick. We need instant replay.
That one just barely goes out. So that point will go to the NATOs. They lead at 6-4. And that will go way out.
Oh, this is what we were talking about. You come against the team and it's just not the same mindset going into the game. And Sterling right now just needs to pick it up a little bit, and they get that point right there.
That's a good start.
And Coach Scully just, a game like this, I think it's a good move. Just a lot of times you get down, people panic to get and give the timeout, take the timeout. But I think he's got confidence in his players to let things play out.
Nice job there by Sterling trying to come back. So Michael Hanna will serve for Sterling. Nice job by the NATOs altogether.
Yeah.
Looked like all the Knights were playing up front toward the net, and no one just seemed to be back there.
And sometimes you're just focused on the ball, but a good job of having a sense of where the opening was on the court and your first part is sensing where it is, knowing where it is. The second part of it obviously is getting it there, getting it to that right spot.
That point will go to the NATOs. I'm not quite sure what happened. Maybe someone touched the net is probably what I'm thinking.
Nice job by Kyle Ciparone. And really, the nice thing about that shot was he really didn't show where he was going right till the very end. So
Oh, yeah.
you really couldn't anticipate anything if you're on Pensauken's side.
That will stay in to make it a 10-7 Pensauken lead.
Yeah, a couple of real nice placement shots right here. And that's a tough one because that shot, going from the far side to the near side diagonally, you're getting into a spot and you're hitting it from far away.
Yeah, both teams really doing a great job at placing where the ball really needs to go, because most shots have really been close to going out, but they've just so narrowly stayed in. So overall, a great start for Pensauken so far. They currently lead at 11-7. Sterling trying to get back into it. And that one kind of caught Pensauken off guard, so Sterling will get the point.
Nice diagonal shot right there.
Sterling gets the point there. Goes off the hands of Ronnie Thatch. So Sterling cutting it to a 1-point Pensauken lead.
Yeah, this is where you can make up ground when you get somebody doing a good job serving like Paul Barton is.
Nice
Good
recovery
job.
there
Yep.
by Sterling.
Good job with the double block at the net between Miranda and Jimmy Zingaro. Definitely, Brian, our best volley, I think, of the day so far.
Oh, by far.
Yeah, a nice job of Hannah with the set, and then Mike Miranda coming up and finish it off. Really had some momentum going into that shot, and Paul Barton continues to go on a little bit of a run that's tied things up here for Sterling from the serve position.
I think what the best part is about volleyball, I think it's the clear sport that, it's never really over until it's over, because you can come back and basically any score, because any team can go on a huge streak, and you just never know what'll happen.
The momentum swings are unbelievable. I mean, you could look at a team and say they have no shot at winning this game. They could be down by 8, and then all of a sudden you get somebody who serves, goes on a nice serving run like Paul Barton did right there, and before you know it, you're right back in the game.
I mean, yeah, you look at it right now. I mean, a lot of people would think that Pensauken would be down by plenty here, but they're really in it. I mean, they're only down by 1 as Sterling takes the lead.
Yeah, there you see right there with Jimmy Zingaro, his ability to elevate and just bury that one. There's no, I don't think even if that was at a Pensauken Tech player, they would have been able to return it. But he found an open area and really had a lot of velocity on that kill.
Zingaro coming in, he's got 113 kills during the season. That's plenty more than the next leader on the Knights. So that will go out. That'll give the NATOs the lead, 14-13. Here in game 1, it's going back and forth all day.
Josiah Weck with a nice hit. That was really a nice far set right there from Zingaro to Weck going across court. And Josiah Weck just got up there and finished it off.
Mateo with the serve. job there by Josiah Wett.
And he kind of shot right between two Pensauk and Tech defenders right there, but he hit it so hard. And there the place was good because he got it nice and low.
Yeah, I think with those hard hits, it's kind of like, because when you get those aggressive hits, I mean, it just catches these defenders off guard very quick. It just freezes them up.
Not sure. What are they calling that?
Double touch maybe?
Okay. And that was something where Sterling could have had a good opportunity. You saw that they initially looked like they were going to get a good set. It was the hitter had to reach back, but to what you said, the double hit. Oh, a little bit of a mistiming there. Haven't seen that a whole lot today.
Oh yeah, that's probably the first time we've seen it. So, all knotted up at 16.
Good set, and it looked like Kevin Stubbs might have hit it on the side of his hand a little bit, but it worked out. It just went to the right area. Sterling takes the lead 17-16. We got to remember, you know what, I'm so used to having a scoreboard on the camera.
Yeah.
We have a single camera set, so we've got to remember to constantly say the score. Sterling goes up 18-16. That's my bad. I should know that.
Kind of feels like an away game right now, even though we're at home.
I can't remember the last time I did the one camera set in volleyball. So
Yeah, we're also lacking the monitor here too.
Yep.
We go from a normal size monitor to a giant monitor at baseball, and then no monitor at all.
Yep. Sterling keeps this one going. There's a back set to Josiah Weck. They tipped it, but weren't able to get enough on it. And Sterling takes their biggest lead of the day, up 19-16.
Yeah, that was a tough one defensively to read for Pennsauken, because Zincaro, he looked like to set it up, but then he just kind of tipped it with the tip of his fingers. And it just went backwards to Josiah Wett, and he just got a very good hit on it.
Sterling right now just getting into a rhythm.
They're up 20-16. Nice recovery there by Pennsauken. That point will go to Sterling. Overall, a great volley. Just Pennsauken just had too many touches on their side.
Yep.
And Stubbs not able to get it over. So it's now 21-17 Sterling. Sterling looking for just 4 more to take game 1.
Boy, and he didn't get that one, hit in the net, but Kevin Stubbs, you could see he really can elevate.
Oh, yeah. He's got some hops.
Another multi-sport guy. Kevin Stubbs is had an outstanding wrestling season, also a good soccer player, so one of our 3-sport guys. On cue, Kevin Stubbs gets up there for the double for the block. Gets Sterling the point.
That was a clean double block there from both Stubbs and Ciparone. Ciparone knocks that down.
And Sterling gets the point and now has an opportunity here to end game number 1 with Michael Hanna serving. Good serve by Hanna. They had a tough time just getting that one over the net, and Jimmy Zingaro is going to end this one from a kill from the far side. So Sterling takes game number 1, And I think we're going to take a quick break here, Brian, and get back here with game number 2.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Sterling with a Game 1 victory against Pennsauken, so looking to get the win in Game 2. Sterling won the first one 25-17.
But went the way we thought it could go, with Sterling kind of lackluster in the first part of it, making some mistakes, really not getting in a rhythm. But once they got into the rhythm, and you saw probably the key to that, to getting back in it, as we look at the ball go long on that far side, was Paul Barton and what he was able to do from the serve position.
He was terrific. I mean, putting a lot of power where he could, and he just didn't miss on any of them. And I think at the very end, like, we thought Sterling and, it very much could have happened. Sterling could have maybe gave that one to Pennsauken, but eventually Sterling just went on a 9-1 run at the very end, and they just ran away with Game 1.
Yep. And it goes a little bit long, and just like the last game, the Natives start off with the lead 2-1.
So a great job there by Jake Mateo with the kill across the body to knock things up at 2.
And that is in. So we've had a lot of hard hits that they couldn't handle, but from the serve position. But that was clearly a placement.
Oh, yeah.
Point right there to that far corner, and he just kind of squeezed that in there.
Froze up those Pennsauken defenders.
And that's a good job by Stubbs finishing off. But I like, when Jimmy Zingara's in that position, he kind of mixes it up. It's either a set forward, or sometimes he does that back set. So
yeah. He's so good at all those things.
Yeah, and it just freezes there. We see the back set. So he went with the forward set and the back set. And I think what that does is you see Sterling get the point, is it doesn't allow the other team to anticipate anything.
Sterling on a 4-0 run right now, and actually make that 5.
What's it seem like? It almost seems like 45 seconds ago they were down 2-1, right?
Yeah,
Just
and right
tells
now
you.
they're already up by 4. It looks like Pennsauken will take a quick timeout.
And this is the difference. You know, Sterling was down in that first game. If you've got the better team, you're going to let it play out a little bit, and that's what Coach Bill Scully did, and that's what ultimately, you know, helped them out, and they ended up coming with the win. A lesser team, you get down by 4 after you were up by 1, you got to take a timeout just to kind of.
Because like a lot of those points didn't come off of just one team was just better than the other. It was just total just miscommunications on Pensauken's part, whether the ball would just travel in a strange area or just miscommunications. It's just that's something you really have to go over as a team and all gather together for.
So Sterling up 6-2. Here in this second game, Sterling taking the first game. I'm going to say, was it, you remember the final score?
25-17.
Okay, I would have been off by 1. I was going to say 25-18, so good work by you.
Great double block.
Double block right there. They've just done a really nice job at anticipating that and having the timing down.
So that might be the first time we've seen Mateo miss a serve like that. That can't get over the net.
A bit of a miss right there by Miranda. Sterling up 7-4.
So a great block there defensively, but just traveled a bit out of bounds. So Sterling will get the point.
We got a tennis match going on? Oh.
Jensen's back there playing with the tennis ball. So that point goes to Sterling now 9-4 here in game 2. Hits off the fist of George Stewart.
One of the few kills from Stubbs that gets returned, but obviously goes out of bounds, and he ultimately gets the point to extend the lead to 10-4. Favor Sterling.
Make that 10-5.
That's the campfire area.
Yeah.
That's Mr. McPherson taught me that little bit of terminology, and I always try to use it as much as I can. So
it's
maybe
got a cool name to
if
it.
somebody was just listening for that short period of time, they would think I know more than I know about the sport, but probably not.
Wow, that Schulz guy.
How do you
knows
come
a
up
lot
with
about
that?
volleyball.
Just turn the broadcast off at that point. That's my high point. Good position. And that wasn't an easy shot because he got up in the air, and we've had a few real good sets where Josiah Weck could really get some momentum. He kind of had to reach back.
Oh, yeah.
And still was able to hit the right spot over there. So that's a good job there by Josiah Weck, a senior. I'm sure he's one of the guys we're going to get on here on the post-game show. Sterling leading 11-5.
That's an incredible recovery there by Pensauken. Is that in or out?
Looked into me. The referee and the line judge are debating this. Okay, and they're going to give, what? Okay.
So they gave Sterling the point.
It's like a pump fake, Brian. He pump faked right with the
'cause,
point
like,
to the NATOs and then came back and went to Sterling.
Oh, should I? Nah.
A classic one for the referees to try and fool the broadcasters.
Yeah.
I think.
They did that just for us.
That's right. 12-5, Sterling up and serving here. You got Mike Hanna in the serve position. And hits it long. (12-7) with the NATOs in the serve position, and this is Ronnie Thatch.
And Sterling gets the point. Zingaro kind of had to reach back for it, but still a nice shot.
Kevin Stubbs there doing a real good job kind of carrying out that fake.
And that one just stays in. Great job there by Pennsauken. It's now a 5-point Sterling lead. They lead at 13-8 here in game 2. And Pennsauken will serve.
That's one of those sets that just got a little bit too close to the net, and it made it easy for Jim Zingaro to get up there and just tap it back over.
Yep. And Pennsauken, none of the defenders can get there to recover. 15-8 Sterling.
And Sterling right now, you know, you talk about getting into a rhythm, not making some of the mistakes they made in the early part of that first game, really running on all cylinders here.
They've kind of found their rhythm that they were looking for. So that one will go out. Makes it 16-8 Sterling. Sterling 9 away from taking game 2. But, I mean, still, Pennsauken's still in it.
Yeah, they need to go on a run of their own. I think where Sterling has the advantages with some of their servers in getting on some good runs, which is something that, other than the beginning of game 1, Pennsauken Tech really hasn't been able to do.
I believe they changed who got the point. So when we thought it was 16-8, it was actually 15-9. They changed it.
Good work by you, Brian.
Looks like the refs are going to have to talk about it. It's like a couple times in game 2, the refs have had to go over things.
Jim Zingaro serving here. Nice up. Again, 16-9. Jim Zingaro, for a second time,
Has used that.
gets the leg.
Yeah.
So we've seen it twice today, and I've never seen anybody do that before.
Using them soccer skills he's got.
Yep. Which, I mean, I'm sure it's been done, and it does, you know, if you're around volleyball a lot, but I don't remember ever on a Channel 19 game that we've seen it.
That will stay in. Nice kill there by Jake Mateo. Makes it 17-9 Sterling. And I believe this might be, I could be wrong on this, but it seems like this is Sterling's biggest lead they've had.
I would say so. I always watch saying that because sometimes when I'm wrong, Wiggles always knows what the biggest leads were. And he would say, no, Mr. Schulz, early on in this game, Pensacola Tech was down, Sterling was ahead by 10.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. And usually if they take the time to check it out, he's usually correct. So we'll go with your call. Boy, Sterling really pouring it on, and we've seen Kevin Stubbs work a lot from that far, or not, did I miss something there? Okay. But that was a good shot there in the middle. And, you know, we've seen Stubbs do a lot of things from the far side. There we saw Sterling have that kill from the middle of the court. So they're really going at Pensacola from a lot of different areas on the court.
You've seen Stubbs primarily on that left side, but he's been good overall everywhere. I mean, he's one of those dynamic players. He'll check in again.
And he did get that hit in the middle, correct?
I believe so.
Okay. I got thrown off for a second there because you see him come in and out. I looked and I didn't see him on the court. But they're running him in and running him out in between volleys, so okay. Thought I was seeing things there for a second, which is entirely possible.
So that point will go to Sterling. I'm not.
They're like doing the hockey line changes, right?
Yeah.
Looks like.
It's like every second.
Right. Yeah, that's
Someone's checking in.
A little bit different than what I've seen in volleyball. I haven't seen that before.
I mean, usually this is my first time announcing volleyball, so maybe usually maybe I don't pick up on those things when I'm doing camera, but this is definitely seeming like it's just like every volley. It's like someone checking in, someone getting a little break. I mean, not really sure, but Sterling up with a 22-11 lead here in game 2. Just 3 more points, and they will get the win here today at the Castle.
Look at that. I
Right,
think
right
15
back
years
to
ago I
us.
would have reacted a lot quicker, but as I was raising the arm up, the ball was hitting the wall 10 feet behind me, so.
It's all good, Schulz.
Terrible reaction there.
I had a late reaction time too. I couldn't even really process the fact that the ball was coming straight at me.
And you'll also see, Brian, as you get older, just raising your arm that quick is going to make your shoulder feel sore like mine does right now. So Miranda serving right here in what could be the game point, but not. Nice hit there by Pensacola Tech to kind of hold off the inevitable. 24-12 favor Sterling. Barton with the shot, and Pensacola's going to get an opportunity right through the double block, and Pensacol is going to hold things off for yet another volley here. That's number 22, Jermaine Com, at the serve position.
Sterling with a 24-13 lead.
Spurs is set to whack, and not sure if that was a carry there or exactly what happened, but in any event, Pensacol Tech is hanging in there.
Yep. I believe it looks like they're on a 3-0 run as of right now.
And that is out. Sterling will get the point, get the game, and the match.
Overall, great team win from Sterling. Didn't mean to cut you off there, Shuli.
Yeah, that's just a great job by Sterling. And we're going to take a short break. Sterling wins it 2-0 and be back with the seniors for post-game interviews. And we've got Josiah Weck, got a host of strong volleyball players here. A little bit tough for you guys getting started today. Does that typically, and we said sometimes that's going to happen when you get teams that don't have a great record. Talk about what went on in the beginning.
Yeah, no, I think we just came in a little tired. I think we just had to wake up. We weren't expecting a lot of competition, but we also expected too little. So we just had to come in and wake up and just get things going.
What do you think got you guys into a rhythm? Was it getting a few good serves, or
yeah, I think it's just like once we get a few good passes, sets, kills, like we all tend to heat up and just encourage each other. So it's really just us bringing each other up and just having fun playing the game.
And you look like you did a good job on this near side. And the thing that was impressive was that how you guys would carry out your fakes on those sets. Sometimes it was a back set, sometimes it was a forward set. Talk about how that keeps the other team off balance.
Yeah, I mean, we practice it all the time in practice, just keeping like every blocker off balance, never knowing which way to go. So, I mean, it works, and that's just what helps us win.
Josiah, thanks for coming on. And one last thing, as a senior, what are your plans for the future?
I'm going to Keene University for exercise science, and I'm trying to become a sports trainer.
Good, good.
Yeah.
You'll be a Sean Clank.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to be.
Well, good luck, Josiah. Thanks for coming on with us. And we've got Paul Barton coming on here. Paul, one thing we felt like you did good was the serving that really turned things around in that first game. There was a period where it looked like it was a little shaky for you guys. Talk about what you were able to do.
Yeah, so, well, as you're saying, like shaking the first in the first set, we kind of like came on, not really like warming up that much, and like a team kind of like this, we're kind of just like keep it chill, keep it easy, and I guess that throws us off a lot. But I wanted to try and get the team going with the serves and stuff, and personally, I feel like I can put the ball in the right spot to go for like a weaker player in the back row on the opposing side. So I just try and go for that so we can get more points.
Has that been a role of yours as a senior leader throughout the year?
It's not like really a role, but I have a few times this year gone on points of serving for a while.
Well, that's good. Paul, again, as a senior, we always ask what the future plans are. What are your future plans?
After this year, I'm going to go to RCSJ for science.
Okay.
And then I'll probably transfer over to Rowan University, and I might actually want to be like a surgical nurse.
Oh, wow. Good for you, man.
Thank you.
Anything in the healthcare industry is a good way to go.
Yeah, I'm really into like the whole medical stuff, and I don't really get grossed out by anything like that, so I'm kind of excited.
You better not, because you're not going to be doing it if you get grossed out. But they're great future plans. Paul, thanks for coming on with us, pal. Okay. Good luck. Kevin Stubbs. The last two guys are no stranger to Channel 19 interviews. Now, before I forget, what you guys had like hockey line changes going on there. What was that all about towards the end?
So the subs, that's so some of our guys stay in the back and they can't really do anything in the front row. So that's when we switch them out, because some people are good in the back, some people are good in the front, so you have to switch them out for the skill set.
Okay. I feel better now, because I thought I saw you have a shot in the middle. Then I looked up and you weren't on the court, and I said, that's a great shot by Stubbs, but I'm like, wait, was it somebody else? And
yeah.
You kind of threw us off a little. But anyway, wow, you have been, just like Jimmy, playing a couple different sports. Talk about what it's like being a multi-sport athlete here at Sterling.
I mean, it's fun. There's no breaks. You're always staying active. You're always staying healthy. A lot of physical activity. It's really fun. I think I'm gonna try to do it in college too. But obviously, college sports take more time, so I'll try to do as much as I can.
That's good, because a lot of people don't even play a sport in college. If they do play sport, they're going to specialize in one. What sports would you play in college?
I'm definitely going to play volleyball, and I'm going to try to walk on for soccer.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. And Kev also is an outstanding wrestler.
Yeah.
What are your future? You said you're going to college. What are your future plans? What do you want to major in?
I don't know yet.
Not sure yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, that's you're one of probably half of the kids graduate. Not sure. Just go there, get started, and go from there.
Yes, sir.
Kev, thanks for coming on with us.
Yeah, of course.
And best of luck the rest of the way, pal. the league leader or school leader in Channel 19 interview, Jimmy Zagara, man.
How you doing, Schultz?
Thanks for coming on with us.
Thanks for having me.
The last two guys, showed me a couple things I've never seen before in a volleyball match. With Kevin, we had the quick line changes. With you, I didn't even know that you could kick a volleyball.
Yeah.
I've never seen that
Scully
before.
hates it. He tells us never to kick it, but I mean, sometimes when the ball's that low and you really can't dive for it, you just got to kick it up. I think I did it like twice today, so he probably wasn't very happy, but I mean, I had to do it.
I don't know. I didn't know if it was first of all, I didn't know if it was legal.
Yeah, it is.
And I had no idea if it was a good thing or a bad thing. But
I mean, yeah, Scully doesn't want us to do it because obviously you can't control it as well, but I mean, I play some soccer, so.
Yeah, well, you're on this side of the court, so.
Yeah, he can't yell at me. He's all over there.
Yeah. So, well, it's you, another guy who's playing 3 sports, just like Kevin.
Yeah.
What, in general, we talk about your role in the basketball court. What's your role here with this team?
So, I mean, I set and I hit. So basically, like when I'm in the back row, I go to the net and I set and I try to get our hitters right. And then when I'm in the front row, Michael Hanna comes in and then I hit.
Okay.
So I do both. We run a 6-2, which a lot of teams don't traditionally run. So we have another setter come in, whereas most teams only have one setter. But we do it so I have the ability to hit too. So.
Okay, because that's why I asked that question, because a lot of times you have somebody who's a setter, and that's pretty much what they do. I saw you in a couple different roles.
Yeah. Most people are just setters, but I mean, I set and I hit for us.
And you talk about a crossover skill in hitting. One thing I noticed was your ability to, as the games go, and pick spots and hit the different spots. Talk about how you being a point guard, a guard in basketball, kind of carries over to what you've seen an entire area.
Yeah,
the
I mean, one
volleyball
thing in
court.
basketball that I always get praised for is my vision. So, I mean, my vision's pretty good. So, if you just jump high enough, you look over, you can see a little bit of the court. And plus, like, if you have pass hits, you know what's open. And a lot of the time, your back row needs to talk to you and let you know what spots are open usually. So, like, sometimes they'll say back left's open, so you hit it to the back left and stuff like that. But, yeah, basically, it's my teammates help me out, and it's just court vision.
And the last thing I'll talk about, you just kind of add on to what you just said. How important is the communication part in volleyball? Talk to that.
It's something that we're struggling with right now. I think majority of our losses, that's been one thing that like we come to the conclusion at the end of the day. It's like if we talk, it's a different outcome. Like we just lost the game in Cherry Hill West, but communication was one of the main reasons why we lost. We don't talk enough. But it's so important. Like I said, we lost some games because of it. Sometimes we win because we talk more. So communication in volleyball is one of the most important team skills.
Especially as you get towards the playoffs, I'm
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Now, I know you're going to Fairleigh Dickinson.
Yeah.
Just basketball, correct?
Yeah, I'm just going to play basketball. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Have you, what's your plans as far as a major? Have you picked a major there?
Yeah, I'm going to major in special education, and then I'm going to
Okay.
hope to get my gym certification so I can be a gym teacher or a special education teacher.
Okay. And I'm sure you want to coach, right?
Yeah, for
I
sure.
can
I
definitely
definitely
see
want to be a
you being
basketball
a
coach.
coach.
Yeah,
no
I
doubt
definitely want to be a
about
basketball
it.
coach.
Well, you
Yes,
got
sir.
a good guy to learn from, and
For
the
sure.
coaches you've had here, and
For sure,
all
for
these
sure.
guys. So,
Yep.
Jim, hey, thanks again for coming on
Thanks
with
for having
us,
me, Mr. Schultz.
and best of luck the rest of the way, pal. Okay, thanks. And we'll take it back to Brian, who, am I taking it back to you, Brian? Or do you want me to end it? You can end it. How about you end it?
Yeah,
There we
I'll
go.
end it.
I caught Brian a little off guard there.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in to the Sterling Knights taking on Pennsauken in volleyball. So I'm Brian McLernan with Kevin Schulz. Thank you to the tech crew for coming and helping us out. And see y'all later.